I would now like to call upon this year's valedictorian to give the valedictorian address. Here he is again, Dr. Christopher Liczner.
Take some water. Woo! All right. All right. Chancellor Wiener, President and Vice Chancellor Carr, Dr. Tati, distinguished guests and participants, fellow students, families and friends, I am so pleased and honored to address you today on behalf of the graduating students. Graduates, you should be so proud of your accomplishments. I know all too well from my own imposter syndrome that this isn't always an easy task, but you really did this. In such an uncertain time in history, you persevered to achieve your academic goal. Transitioning from the traditional and familiar classroom experience to disconnected Zoom sessions and back to the classroom again wasn't easy. Feeling isolated, away from your Concordia community wasn't easy. Coming to campus to complete wet labs during a global pandemic wasn't easy and frankly terrifying to some extent. International students feeling stranded so far away from home, keeping their dream alive was most certainly not easy. Your strength of character is more evident than ever, so again, I urge you to be proud of yourself, to celebrate this accomplishment because it wasn't easy, but you did it anyway. Be here in the now and don't look too far ahead, because I assure you, the grass isn't greener on the other side. Newer challenges will always exist beyond the one you just surpassed. With that in mind, I'd like to attempt to help you face some of these new challenges by sharing some of my thoughts and experiences. I've gone through some unexpected hardship recently, which opened my eyes to some of the fundamental ideas of living a fulfilling life. First, in order to thrive, I believe it's imperative to practice self-love. I don't mean be selfish or arrogant, and certainly not ignoring the needs of others. Rather, it's about believing in yourself, caring for yourself, and supporting yourself, creating a positive relationship with yourself in order to be confident and resilient to handle whatever may come knocking at your door. Do things for yourself that build you up and make you feel strong, beautiful, and proud. Whether it's jogging, painting, moisturizing, going out in nature, when you truly, really love yourself, you're not going to be afraid to show your true, authentic self to the world and not just the facade of what you think society wants to see. It'll allow you to find the confidence to submit 100 job applications, not hear anything back, but still feel worthy. In the end, by being your best you can be best there for others. Secondly, please learn to laugh at yourself. Not in a self-deprecating way, but as a way to ground yourself, to help you remember where you started and how it's totally normal to continually make mistakes. How we all can ever really do in life is try to learn from these mistakes and grow as individuals. No matter how educated you are, how successful you may feel, or how much wealth you amass, please laugh at yourself every now and again. To ease you into this process, let me tell you a story of my own. My wife and I recently moved to California to continue our careers in chemistry. I was tasked with setting up our apartment, which I felt quite confident I could do. But as I was organizing the kitchen, I noticed the oven light wasn't turning on. After peeking my head inside, I realized there was no light bulb. Then my brilliant PhD mind took the first light bulb I could find and screwed it in. I think you can see where this is going. But this wasn't the right light bulb. No, it was an IKEA LED light bulb that seemed to work initially, but a few days later melted after using the oven. That mistake will definitely always make me laugh and keep me grounded. That I know for sure. Lastly, the most difficult of all, due to the uncertainty associated with it, is to embrace change. The world around us is intrinsically changing, going from order to disorder, and we need to teach ourselves and to learn how to deal with that in a healthy way. You can't always expect things to always be the same. That will just set yourself up for disappointment. That's not to say you can't place expectations on the future, but you need to be secure and prepared for any eventuality. That security will likely come from practicing self-love and allow you to slowly shift your mindset to enjoy the process, to enjoy the struggle, whatever that may be. After all, even though sometimes painful, change can be a true blessing. Embracing all three of these notions will require a lot of introspection in order to figure out who you really are. We are all unique, yes, but fundamentally speaking, we are all stardust, turned conscious on this minuscule rock in the habitable zone of this uninteresting solar system, quite literally barreling through the universe. We are nothing, but at the same time, we are everything. That thought scares me to my core, but I believe some fear is necessary catalyst to keep growing, to keep moving forward in this ever-changing world in order to be prepared for whatever hardship may come to pass. So please, love yourself, laugh at yourself, embrace the change that's coming, and use the perseverance, skills, and knowledge that you gained at Concordia University, and life will seem effortless. But in the end, if you only remember one thing from this address, there's a specific light bulb that goes into the oven. On a more serious note, please remember to be kind and generous to each other and to eventually pay it forward when you can. Congratulations, graduates. Now go out and celebrate.
Thank you for those illuminating remarks and very wise words. I would say that through life, being able to laugh at yourself, self-deprecating humor. Dr. Tibi and I last night talked about humor, and I must say it has carried me through some of the most difficult times. Never forget it. It is one of your greatest aids.